case you need it, or maybe a blanket. Like if you have sensitive knees. Today we're gonna do, I don't know if you guys did my Ashtanga intro. We're not doing Ashtanga today, we're doing hip opening. So we're gonna focus on hip opening, great for equestrians. I mean, I've been doing yoga for 18 years and I've been riding horses most of my life, and I feel like my hips are never gonna open. Yeah, Karen is nodding her head. There is something to be said for spending a lot of time on the horse, but we're going to focus on hip opening. We're going to move slow and hold some poses, and then there's some strength integrated. But the advice I want to give, modify as you need. Anytime you get you need a break or you feel like you're tired, just come down to child's pose, come to a resting position. And most importantly, just really focus on your breath. So especially when we're doing a lot of hip opening or any kind of more intense opening, you want to focus on the muscle versus the attachment. So getting more into the muscle, into the attachment. So if there's any kind of pain that you feel is around the joint or around the ligament, definitely back off. But if your muscles are shaking and your muscles are getting tired, go there and you can maybe stay there longer. So that being said, have a towel, have a blanket or bolster, just that if you need it, just in case, you can put it under your knees. Stop. And if you want to turn on music, feel free to turn on music. It doesn't really work if I have music on a Zoom. So we'll start lying down on our mat, face up. And just, legs together, just find a comfortable position, maybe putting your hands on your low belly. And then as you're lying here, just kind of get grounded. Maybe you lift your shoulders a little bit off the mat and see if you can lay them flat onto the mat. So kind of wiggle a little bit around, see if you can get your shoulder blades even on both sides. Lengthening through the back of the neck, and then start breathing long, steady breaths in and out through your nose. Laying your hands on your belly, and then in your inhales, you want to feel your belly expand. Try to inhale as long as you can, and then exhaling all the way, again, feeling your belly rise and fall with your breath. So we'll just get the breath going, and then on your next inhale, bring your arms overhead and just give yourself a full body stretch. So reaching with your arms, and even though your arms are overhead, see if you can draw your shoulder blades back and down. Maybe separate your arms a little bit more into a slight V, and then reaching through the front body, through the back body, maybe pointing your toes, and then flexing your feet too, so you can also lengthen through the back body a little bit more, feeling that all the way down through your calves. And then bring your arms back to your side, and then inhale, bringing your knees in towards your chest and just wrapping your arms around your chest. And I want you to really focus on your hips. So just be very aware with your hips. Like even right now that you're laying here like this, see if you can feel your low back on the floor. What are your hips doing? Maybe wiggle a little bit left to right. Separating your knees, bringing your arms in between your legs, and then reaching around your feet, grabbing the outer edges of your feet, and just do some happy baby here. You can give yourself an assist by pushing your elbows into the back of your leg, into your hamstrings, and pushing yourself more into the mat. Your feet are separated, your knees are outer edges of your shoulders, or depending on your range of flexibility, maybe rocking left or right a little bit. And just very gently here getting into the hips. And then release your legs back down to the mat. Drawing your right knee in towards your chest. Just wrap your arms around, your fingers around your knee, and just pull it in a little bit towards your chest, maybe even towards your armpit. And then bending the left leg, that's straight, placing the foot flat on the mat, and then figure 4 with your right leg. So right ankle lays on your left thigh, and then just take your right hand, gently pushing it, putting it on your, just below your knee, and just gently guiding that knee away from your shoulder. So opening that right hip, right front side of the hip. So what I want you to do is, as you're pushing that knee away, take your knee and push into your hand and resist. And then hold that resistance for a couple of breaths, and then release, and then see if you can get the knee to push away even a little bit more, getting deeper into that hip. Doing that one more time, resisting with your right hand, arm, push that right knee into your hand, resist, and then release, and see if you can open that hip a little bit more. And then lifting the left foot off the mat, looping your arms around your left shin, drawing that left knee in, opening the back side of that right hip, getting into your glute. Breathing into it, maybe rock a little bit left to right, holding the breath. So when you're holding these asanas longer, it's, almost like a yin type yoga, just letting the muscle kind of do its thing. And then release, switching legs. So first, right leg straight, the left knee is bent, drawing the left knee in towards your chest, using your arms and your hands, giving yourself an assist, and see if you can maybe take that knee more towards the left armpit. Right leg, straighten your right leg, everybody, and just really reach through the heel of your right leg. See if you can lengthen the back side of that right leg as much as you're lengthening the front side of that right leg. Good. Then bending the right knee, placing the right foot on the mat, figure 4 the left side. So left knee bent to 90, left hand just below the left knee, and then just gently guiding that knee open away from the body. Stepping down into that right foot, your shoulder blades down on the mat, and come back to your breath. So here again, resist for a couple of breaths, pushing the knee into the hand, and then release. See if you can open a little bit more. One more time, pushing the knee into the hand, resisting, maybe resisting a little bit more, and then release, opening that hip. Good. And then inhaling, bringing the right foot off the mat. See if you can draw that right knee while your left foot is still in the figure 4 towards your chest, in the direction of your chest or your right elbow. And then breathing into the left side of your glute. Low back is on the mat. Now see if you can maybe lengthen your low back, imagining extending your tailbone down. Take your lower abdominals, your belly button, and imagine your belly button is being pulled through your spine towards the mat. And you should feel, by engaging your lower abdominals, you should get more into those hips on the left side. Good. And then release your legs. Placing your feet, both feet on the ground, just gently come up to seated. I'm going to face you guys. So your feet are hip width apart. You're kind of leaning back. So this is where you maybe need a towel or a blanket or bolster. Roll yourself forward, coming up onto your, off the mat with your seat, coming onto your feet. Hips are down, your toes are a little further apart than your heels. So yogic squat. If this is not possible, you can use Your mat, you can roll it up. This is super, super awesome for opening the hips. You can roll up your mat and you can just elevate your heels and you're squatting down in between your knees, letting your hip rest. You can bring your hands to Anjali Mudra in prayer position. And then maybe even as your arms are in between your knees, see if you can push your knees out, but then resisting in. So there's opposition. I hope this is making sense. I can't really see you guys. Good. And then just let your hips settle here. Breathe into it, maybe rocking back and forth. And then exhale, come back, undo that. We'll do one more seated like this. So you're on the front of the mat. I'm going to explain. Take your right knee bending at 45 degrees. And first, maybe take your right hand onto your right knee and just gently open that right hip. Don't force it, just nice and easy. And then take your left leg and you're stacking your right and your left shin like logs. If that is too intense, you can bring your legs further out or you can bring them further in and be more in a cross-legged position. So you feel what works for you. So right leg underneath, left leg on top, and then just gently rounding forward, reaching with your hands, fingertips out in front. See if you can keep your sits bones grounded. And imagine that your spine, even though it's round, but feel each vertebrae separating. Good. Breathe into it. Breathe into it. I hope you guys are feeling this. And then slowly inhale, come up. Place your hands behind your hips. Just lift your legs up and switch. Left leg underneath, right leg on top. Same thing again, slowly rounding forward. First, low abdominals are engaged. Draw your belly button in. So as if you're creating a ball with your front body, and then come forward and just breathe into your hips. Just very passive. Maybe, you know, scan your body. It's like, what's my left hip doing? What's my right hip doing? Dorsiflex your feet. So the top of the feet are engaged. You'll see that you'll get more into the hips versus if your feet are passive. You find your edge. And then in, Katya, this should be good for you after all the hiking. Inhale, slowly come up. So you're on the front of the mat doing this. And what you're going to do is you're going to take your right leg, swing it around, and you're creating two 90-degree angles with your right and your left leg. So you're down on the outer edge of your left hip, and then see if you can just slowly come forward with your torso, resting your torso maybe on your left leg. You can also stay upright, just working here, or you can come all the way down, breathe into it. If this is easy, then start straightening that back leg and come into what's called pigeon. So left knee is bent. Maybe bring that left foot closer to the right hip. That's less intense versus left foot up by the shoulder and straightening the back leg. Breathing into the hip. Always come back to your breath. You can even come all the way down here if that's a possibility. Maybe even reaching your arms in front. And breathing in and out through your nose. Settling into the pose. Taking your time here. You modify as you need. And if you're down, slowly walk your way up. Straightening your torso a little bit, lifting your torso, tucking the toes of the back foot. Draw your left knee back, straightening that leg. You're in your first downward facing dog. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So just bring that right foot forward. You can come down onto your seat. Remember, 90 degrees with both legs first. This time the right foot is forward. Then come forward and down, opening up into that right hip. That's too intense, just stay upright and just kind of small micro movement, getting some mobility into that right hip. That's easy, come all the way down, or next level of intensity, straightening that left leg, right knee stays bent, staying upright first, working that right hip down, gently maybe rocking your pelvis left and right, and then you can come all the way down. You find your edge, reaching with your arms out in front, breathing into that hip. Staying here for a couple more breaths. Breathe into it. If you're down, maybe find that spot between your eyebrows, closing your eyes. And inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Good. Then slowly walk yourself back up. Untucking that right leg and find your downward facing dog. Very good. So we're going to have a whole sequence of lunges here, guys. So anytime you get tired or you need rest, because we're going to hold them, come down to child's pose. So child's pose, I'll just demonstrate. Knees are apart. You're just resting your torso down in between your knees, okay? So downward facing dog. We'll start out by lifting that right leg up. Three-legged dog. Strong lifting. And then opening the hip to the right, bending that right knee, letting your foot fall towards the left hip. You can maybe gaze up underneath your right armpit, holding that here. It's already building strength. See if you can straighten your arms. Lots of core here. And then coming through, back to three-legged dog, and then just bringing that leg forward. Stepping it in between your hands. So you're in a low lunge position. The back knee is off the ground of the left foot, and we're just going to work it here. So either on your fingertips, you can make a fist and rest on your fist, or you can have your hands flat. So back leg is straight. Your gaze is off the tip of your nose, opening into that hip. We're going to do a lot of lunging, so this is the first one and the easiest one. Anytime you get tired, just drop that back knee down. So one more inhale here and full exhale. Good. Then dropping the back knee down, untucking the toes of the left foot, and then coming up to a little more intense front body opening on the left side. So bringing your hands onto your right knee, draw your shoulder blades back and down, and breathing deeply into that left hip, opening the front body. So you're in a mini back bend here. You should feel this opening on the left side of your front body into that left hip. Good. Breathe into it. Find your stability. Abdominals are engaged. Get into it a little bit deeper, pushing that right knee forward even more. Good. And exhale the hands down, stepping the right leg back to meet the left. You can have a strength component here, high plank position. If you don't want to work the high plank, just go to downward facing dog. One more inhale, exhale, pushing back, downward facing dog. It's a nice slow movement, guys, with awareness. Be aware of your body. Scan it from top to bottom. Okay, left side. Inhale your left leg up. Three-legged dog. Strong arms, strong breath. Straighten your legs. Good. Bending that left knee, stacking your hips. Find your balance. Opening the front side of the body on the left, and then maybe gazing underneath your left armpit. Good. Inhale back to center, three-legged dogs. Exhale there. And then inhale, stepping that left leg forward, low lunge position. So again, fists or top of your fingertips or hands are flat. You see what feels good to you. Breathing into it. See if you can push that left knee forward a little bit more. And then slowly lift your chin a little bit. Not dropping your head back, just lift your chin a little bit, but your gaze is off the tip of your nose. Very good. Straighten that back leg even more. Strong right leg, pushing out through the right heel. Very good. Then dropping the right knee down. We're coming up with the torso, hands to left knee, and just opening the front body and getting deeper into the front side of the right hip now. Should be creating some heat here. Gaze is off the tip of your nose. Strong breathing, mini back bend. So really be aware of that right hip. Breathe into it. Good. And exhale your hands down. Again, high plank position, optional for you. You can go right to downward facing dog. So right, high plank, holding that plank, drawing everything in. Abdominals are engaged. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take an extra breath here, or if you need to, come down to child's pose. Good, so more lunging, guys. Inhale, stepping that right leg forward. Dropping the back knee down. We're gonna start out where we left off, bringing that right, your hands up to your right knee, opening the front body here. Breathe into it. And then if that's easy, start to bring your hands down by your side, reaching with your fingertips towards the ground, opening the chest more, lifting the chest, lifting the chest, lifting the chest, and then dropping the head back last. If your neck is problem stiff, then just keep your neck neutral, opening the chest, shine your heart, very good. And then exhale, hands back to the mat, high plank position, and then downward facing dog. Exhaling in your downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping the left leg forward, right knee is down. Hands to the top of the left knee. Opening that hip with awareness, breathe into it. What are your toes doing? What's your ankle doing? Are you breathing? Lengthening through the front body. Good. Gaze is off the tip of the nose. Then releasing your hands down by your side. Open your chest hard. Drawing the shoulder blades back and down. Gaze is off the tip of the nose, but then start to lift your head. Opening your throat. Breathing into it. Strong legs here, guys. Very good. And exhaling, hands to the mat. Stepping back, high plank position. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's see what time it is. Good, a couple more. I hope you're loving it. Maybe not right now. Okay, so again, right leg steps forward, this time a little bit different, so listen up. Bring your hands closer together, thumbs are touching. So look forward, spreading your fingers wide. Thumbs are touching, you're downward facing dog. Stepping that right foot forward, outer edge of your right pinky. Heel is a little bit in, toes are facing away. Inhale, come up. Put your right hand onto that right knee and just guide that knee very gently out over your right foot. Very good. And breathe into it. So a little bit more, your adductors here. Feel it on the inside of your leg. If you want more challenging, you can lift your back foot here. Grab your back foot and also open your left hip at the same time. Totally optional. Breathing into it. Exhale, hands down. Right foot steps back, high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Same thing on the left side. Bring your hands together, thumbs are touching, spreading your fingers wide. Inhale, step your left foot forward, outer edge of your left hand. Come down onto that right knee, lifting the torso, and then left hand or both hands onto that left knee. Gently guiding that foot, that knee out over your left foot, keeping the alignment. Breathe into it. Very good. And then exhale your hands down to the mat. Drawing that left foot back, high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. Okay guys, one more of these. If this gets too challenging, then just repeat the one that felt good to you. So again, bring your hands together. Thumbs are just barely touching. Inhale, step your right foot forward, outer edge of your right hand. Then drop your back knee. Come down onto your forearms, interlacing your hands maybe. So you're on your forearms or wherever low you can get. You can put a pillow, you can come down onto the pillow, but you're really dropping into that hip. Dropping into that hip. Get a little micro movement into that right hip. If you want the next level, lift the back knee, straighten that left leg. And hold. Strong back leg, strong breathing, drawing the shoulder blades back and down. What are your abdominals doing? Pull the lower abdominals in. Very good. Inhale, place your hands, straighten your arms, and then draw that right leg back, high plank position. Exhale, downward facing dog. So same thing on the left side. So your thumbs are touching, strong hands, strong legs. Inhale, step that left foot forward, outer edge of your left hand, drop the right knee down. And coming down onto your forearms, getting into that left hip. If that's too intense, remember, you can raise the floor by using a pillow or a blanket under your forearms. And now breathe into it. Even though you're down on your forearms, see if you can lengthen your spine more. Imagine someone's pulling you up and forward through the top of your head. Lengthening, 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 and breathing. Very good. One more full inhale and exhale here. And inhale, come up. Placing your hands. Exhale, step that leg back. High plank position. We're going to flow through a vinyasa. Exhale, low plank or come all the way down to your knees. Inhale, upward facing dog. Stretch it out. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathing here. Strong breath. Gaze is towards your belly button or towards your thighs. And then everybody come down to child's pose, separating your knees. Come down to child's pose and see if you can ground your hips back onto your heels, resting your third eye on the mat, hands are inside, whatever feels good, and breathe into it. We're gonna do a little bit more, guys. We're gonna make it worth your while. So then inhale, come up to all fours. Then high plank position, exhale, downward facing dog. So then slowly step, jump, or walk up to the front of the mat. And then exhale, fold, just let your spine hang here for a minute. Maybe shift your hip left and right, bending your knees, alternating. And then slowly heel toe your feet apart and see if you can come back to this yogic squat that we started out with and see if it feels a little bit better now. If your heels aren't coming down, that's okay, just stay forward with your heels lifted. If your heels are down, see if you can Really get grounded through all four corners of your feet. Good. And then place your hands. You can either have your feet apart, or for more challenging, feet are together. And we're going to come into chair pose. So if you want extra challenging, you can sit all the way down. Otherwise, just find your limit. And then slowly bring your torso up. Hands are up. You can have your hands together or apart. Looking up, chair pose. Working the strength here in your leg. Strong legs. We're holding. Very good, guys. And then bring your arms out in front. Reaching. See if you can go a little bit deeper. Bend those knees. Go deeper into chair pose. Even deeper yet. And then exhale, hands down. Straighten your legs. Inhale, look up. We're going to do a vinyasa. Exhale, step back. High plank to low plank position. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, everybody. So we'll do one more little strength sequence here with chair pose. So again, slowly tiptoe or step or jump up to the front of the mat. Maybe this time try your feet together. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bend deep into those knees. Bring your torso up. Looking up at your hands. And then exhale, twisting to the right. So work the twist. Get that left shoulder as far to the outer edge of your right knee as possible. Maybe hands in prayer. And we're going to stay here. Twisting, breathing, very good for your immune system. Then if you want to, straightening your arms, left hand down, right arm up, looking up, or looking down. You listen to your neck. Inhale through center, arms up, exhaling, twisting to the left. So right arm, outer edge of your left thigh, knee, hands are in prayer position. Maybe straightening your arms, whatever feels good. Work those legs. Very good. Inhale, come up one more time. Legs should be burning. Exhale, hands down. Straighten your legs. Very good. My legs are burning. Inhale, look up. Exhale, step back. Push up, high plank position. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good, everybody. If you want to rest, this is a good place. Come down to child's pose or stay in down dog. On your next inhale, just walk through your hands and come to seated. Just do a little core strength here. So once you're in seated, Navasana, everyone's favorite bow pose. So bending your knees, hug them in tight. Find your balance here. Maybe you have to balance with your toes on the ground, just gently touching, or see if you can find your balance here. With your knees hugged in, reach your arms out in front and just stay here so if you can find your balance. We're going to build on this, guys. Gaze is off the tip of your nose. Your chin is slightly lifted. Straightening the right leg and bending. Straightening the left leg and bending. Straightening both legs and we hold or bend. You find your edge. Good. And bending both legs. Hug it in. Very good. And again, straightening the left leg and hold and bend. Straightening the right leg. Hold, point your toes, lift your chest and bend. Straightening both legs and we hold. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and hug it in. Hug it in, breathe into it. Okay, guys, one more round. You got this. Okay, restart. Right leg straight, hold, breathe, lift your torso, make it count. Strong abdominals and bend. Left side, straighten that leg, strong thigh and bend. Both legs, and we hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hug it in. Very good. Then just straighten your legs out in front, and then just come to a gentle forward fold. Lots of awareness in your hips. Find your sits bones. Get grounded. Maybe rock left to right. Really imagine as if you could spread your sits bones wide, and then just relax forward. You know, maybe lay a pillow under your chest just so you can find a comfortable position here. And breathe into it. If this is intense on your hamstrings, maybe separating your feet or just bending your knees gently, or even come up and just find your edge, right? Find your edge, whatever works for you. Very good. We're going to do one more hip opener, guys. So taking your right foot, drawing it in towards your inner edge of your left thigh, bending your knee at 90 degrees. And then take your right hand and putting it on top of your right knee. And just giving yourself a gentle assist. You want to feel like you're rolling your thigh back and down. And then squaring off over your left leg with your torso, and then come forward. So I want you guys to pay attention. As the torso comes forward, try to focus on keeping your right sits bone grounded. So the goal is not to come forward as much as possible. The goal is to keep that right hip drawing back and down with an external rotation. Good. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, straighten that right leg to meet the left. Inhale, same thing, left side. So bending the left leg, left foot, inner edge of your right thigh. Give yourself an assist. Bring your left hand towards the knee. Be nice to your knee here. Opening that left hip a little bit more. And then squaring yourself off towards over your right leg. And then slowly start to come forward. Slowly, slowly. Focusing on keeping that left sits bone grounded. Drawing your right hip back. What are your abdominals doing? Strong breathing here. Strong breathing here. And inhaling and exhaling. Opening laterally in that left hip. Good. And inhale, come up. Exhale, straightening both legs, and take another gentle forward fold. Again, pay attention to staying grounded in your sit bones. If the forward fold is easy for you, maybe you can rest your forehead on your knee or your chin on your shin. Good. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, lie down on your back. We're going to kind of finish off where we started. So this is kind of a nice little hip routine. So put your hands on your hip bones and just kind of manipulate them a little bit left and right. Get some gentle movement into your hips. Very good. And then inhale, drawing your knees towards your chest, your arms out to a T. And then exhale, letting your knees fall over to your right side. And then looking over your left shoulder. Breathing in and out through your nose. Long, steady breath. Slowing down, cooling down. Very nice. Drawing that left shoulder back and down. And then inhale through center. And then exhale, letting your knees fall over to the left. And then looking over your right shoulder. Pay attention to your neck. Do what feels good. Long, steady breath. In and out through your nose. Good. And then inhale again, your knees to center. Happy baby. So separating your knees, reaching your arms through your legs, grabbing the outer edges of your feet. And now see if you can get a little bit deeper. See if you can pull those feet towards you a little bit more. Into those hips. Feel your hips getting grounded. Low back is on the mat. Belly button is active. And breathing. Very good. And then one more asana that's really, really good for circulation. Just straightening your legs up to the ceiling. This is also really nice to do on the wall. Dorsiflexing your feet. Active legs, shoulder blades are back and down, letting all that blood flow in the opposite direction. Really, really good for your immune system. Very good. And then exhale, bending your knees, and then sliding your feet down your mat, straightening your legs, separating your feet, letting your hands come away from your body. Lift yourself up a little bit in your shoulder area and then settle back down. See if you can walk your shoulder blades back and down away from your ears. Find a comfortable position here. Inhaling and exhaling, and then closing your eyes, going within and taking rest. Stay here for a good 5 minutes, breathing normally. And just getting grounded and just kind of feeling your body. Thank you, everybody. Please stay in Shavasana for a good 5 minutes. And hopefully you guys